You're joking, right?
Well, I'm trying to be hopeful. I'm trying to be optimistic about that.
Well, I guess you're too young to be a little pessimistic like me. The fucking things I see out there, people are stupid.
He's showing.
Hi, Bronson. Hi, everybody. Don't be a dick. You haven't seen me in a while. Go ahead.
I saw you 5 days ago.
No, it's not. That's still a while.
And we spent the whole weekend together because we were on a trip.
Oh, my God. Chill out.
Wait,
wow.
You said be nice because you haven't
Just be
seen
nice. I
me in
just
a while.
bought you a couch. Just be nice.
Okay, wait.
Whoa, slow down.
What was I about to say?
You're married 2 months. Just chill out.
6 weeks. What was I about to say?
He's going on Facebook with his Porsche thing.
But why does that mean?
No, you were going to say in a dick.
I was going to say it's just hilarious that I'm being shown a Facebook or a Porsche owners group on Facebook.
Look at my baby.
It's just very
boomer.
Yeah, it's just like, it is what it is. Also, where did you just tell me you're going on vacation?
The Orient.
He said, Bron, we just booked a 2-week trip to the Orient.
So what's wrong with that? It's the truth.
It's just not called. I guess it's just not called that.
Why?
That's like the old. That's like what like they used to call it when they were. It was like undiscovered when there was like opium and shit. When it was.
We're going. It's undiscovered.
Well, enjoy.
I'm going to. I'm excited.
No, it'll be fun. It'll be great.
Pumped.
Although you're going to China.
Yeah, that's Singapore. You said
no. Hong Kong is China.
Okay, I don't know where this shit is.
Put it up. Yeah, there you go. That's what she said. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Hong Kong is China, but when I went,
love me long. Good.
When I went, it wasn't really China. It was still like leased by the British. But now it's fully part of China. You might need to get a visa for it. I don't know.
We have a little time, but I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be cool.
I'm excited. So
Singapore will be super cool.
I know nothing about this place, and I've always wanted to go to Vietnam. I really did, too.
Why?
Because a lot of people that have went said they loved it.
Communist.
It's okay.
You're going to 2 commie countries in one trip.
Will I be allowed back?
And, I think there's only 5 communist countries in the world, and you'll have been to 3 of them by the end of that trip.
4.
Why?
Russia, Cuba.
Russia's not communist.
Oh, it's not.
No. It's Cuba, China, Vietnam, North Korea, and Nicaragua.
All right, got 2 more to go to?
Let me see. Well, you're never going to North Korea, and there's no reason to go to Nicaragua. Do you know what people from Nicaragua are called?
Knickers?
Yeah.
See, I'm very smart.
How funny is that? They literally say like, "Oh yeah, me and my fellow Nickars."
That's okay. They're not saying
I
the
know,
hard
but if when they say it quickly, it's like, "Oh yeah, this group of Nickars over here." It's funny. Just communist countries. I think there's only the 5. Oh, Laos. Excuse me.
Where's Laos?
In right near Vietnam. It's like Thailand, Vietnam, Laos. Cambodia is right there too.
It'll be nice, and we're doing a nice high-end cruise, so I think it'll be fun.
They don't have Nicaragua on here, and I'm 99% Nicaragua government. I'm almost positive it's communist. Oh, they call it a dictatorship on here, but it's like run by a communist dictator. So,
all right, I'm excited. I think I'm going
Google's
in April. I could be wrong, but I'm excited.
You're a world traveler. You're away this week. You're away next week.
Why not?
Yeah, no.
It's a lot with work though, because I still work on a way, and it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I bet.
So you're moving into your new apartment.
Yeah, we've been packing up.
Not a lot to pack, Bron, is it?
But the thing is, it's 2 separate apartments that have to be merged into one, but a lot of the stuff is not being merged. So while we're packing some stuff up, we're getting rid of others. So it's just like...
It's just a pain in the ass.
It's just annoying because it's like everything has to be pictures taken up, put on Facebook Marketplace. Someone texts, are they coming at 11? Okay, great. I got to schlep this shit down. Oh, I'm at 500 or, like one of the places. And then, oh shit, I need to go back to Axis because that thing's there.
Why don't you tell everybody where you live?
Well, I don't live at Axis. Let me run over, get it. It's like, it's just a lot. It's annoying.
How's the old apartment?
Looks great. I was there all day yesterday.
So
I was there for like 2 hours
up
this morning.
Everything?
Yeah, I was literally there all day yesterday. There's nothing on the walls in my room. There's just like my books left, which I'm gonna bring over directly into our new apartment.
Bathroom looks good.
Yeah, it looks great.
All right.
I don't want to I have, let's say 80 books, 60 books, and I got rid of a lot of them. But I don't want to bring the books over to my current apartment and then bring them to the new apartment when I could just next week bring them directly to the new apartment. You know, it doesn't make sense to schlep them twice because it's a lot. So they're on the floor for now.
Good. Well, you should put them in a box and put them on a dolly.
I'm going to put them in, I have like big IKEA bags. Or I'll do the boxes once we've moved. Boxes are not cheap. We went to Ace Hardware yesterday to get boxes. They were like $8 a box.
Do you need that box?
What can I do with that?
Put pictures and move them in pictures.
No, we don't really have any pictures.
All right, what you should do is you get one box, big box. You put it on the dolly I'm going to give you. You load the books in that thing, and you roll it over.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. I mean, I've moved these books fucking 17 times already. It's really annoying. But
that's your thing.
Yeah.
Well, good luck. I'm excited for you.
Thanks. But I've become very good at not being attached to something. Like I'm just like, yep, throw it away. If I haven't used it in 6 months, throw it away. But some books hold, a special place.
You should keep your books.
Yeah.
Seriously, you like them. Is Hannah excited?
Yeah, very. We've been using Facebook Marketplace to just like sell a bunch of, of our old stuff that we don't want to bring into our new place together.
What are you doing with that couch? You guys got to sell it, right?
Yeah, but Bryce was like, "You can't sell it until I move out." So I'm gonna leave it up to him. I don't know when he's moving out. I was gonna list it. Like I listed the coffee table, and then I sold it. And he said, "Now I don't have a coffee table." But so then it's like, if he wants to use the couch until he moves out, because I don't know when it is, and I leave the country for in a week and a half. I understand. So I can't.
We'll deal with that. We'll deal with that. Right?
Yeah. So he'll figure it out.
Yeah, because I want to get that cash.
Yeah.
That's a nice couch.
Yeah, you're probably like $400 for it. I'm a Facebook Marketplace wizard right now. My bed. I have it, my entire bed frame, mattress, everything. I have it listed for $100, and I can't fucking get rid of the thing.
And you got to throw it out.
But it's like that's how it's big items. It's just small items. Boom. We listed a coffee table this morning. Dropped it off an hour later. I dropped it off at. I wanted to say this. I dropped it off at this girl's apartment. Con and I went. We pull up and
so you delivered it too.
Well, we only delivered this one because she was like, "It won't fit in my car," and we just wanted to get rid of it today.
I would have left it on the sidewalk.
Well, you can't.
How much you get for it?
$100.
It wouldn't have been worth my time. But
it was like a 7-minute drive, and we were going to get bagels anyways, which was in that direction. And we need it out. It's so annoying living in a city because I had all this garbage from Axis, from the old apartment, and I went downstairs. It was like, where are the dumpsters? Like I have planks of wood from
building your shit.
Like things that you can't just throw down the garbage chute. And she was like, "Oh no, you can't put it in the dumpster. You have to go to the city dump."
No, we had a big dumpster in Biscayne. In our downstairs where we're receiving.
Did they let you throw any type of garbage in there?
We just put shit in there, but yeah.
So she was like, "You have to go to the city dump." So I go, "Okay, great." Not great, but I was like annoyed. But I look it up. They close at noon on Saturday. So I'm like, I can't get rid of this garbage. It's just inconvenient living in a city, and you cannot put it outside on the sidewalk. You'll get super fined.
I agree. I'm not a big city
I'll even get fined if I bring it through the lobby. But I figured I was trying. People don't need to hear all this complaining. It's annoying.
Now,
did
we get back? Did we pay first, last, and security? Oh no, that's not me. I own the place. I'm an idiot. I'm thinking
you own it. So we dropped this coffee table off. This girl and her boyfriend come out, and the boyfriend's a normal looking dude, and she has so much work done on her face that it was like scary. Even Hannah was like, "Oh my god, did you see this girl's face?"
Terrible.
But then as I put the coffee table out, like I took it out of my trunk, gave it to the boyfriend, and she was dealing. The girl was dealing with her phone for the Venmo, and she had she was wearing a shirt that kind of went, up to her belly button or whatever, and then on her stomach she was wearing like a corset, is what it looked like a flesh-colored corset. So I kept
She must have had surgery and is wearing that because she probably had some ribs removed.
So I kept staring at it and I was like, that looks super uncomfortable. I thought she was just wearing a corset to look skinny or whatever. I get in the car and Hannah goes, "Do you know what that was that she was wearing?" I said, "No." It has a name. I don't know what she named it, but she said it's for a BBL surgery.
That's Brazilian butt lift? Did her ass look big?
So right when Hannah said that, then I looked and the girl was she was facing backwards to it so we could see her butt, and her butt was disgusting. Big, disgusting.
Why do they do that?
She was a white girl who did this. So Hannah said that you have to wear that to recover from your surgery because they have to shift your organs around inside your body. And so your organs can fall out of place if
Okay,
you're
is
not
that-
cinched in.
Is that disgusting?
And it's like they do this just to have a gross butt. That's the
And,
only
and like, right. And you got to sit in an airplane seat with that shit.
right.
And it's
You
gotta be,
can't sit for a while. You have to like every week. Hannah said they have to go get the fat and fluid in their butt drained because otherwise it'll like solidify. So they have to like massage it out.
oh my God.
Every week, and it's apparently extremely painful.
Why would anyone do that?
It never looks better because it always looks like you got
Never
a
looks
BBL.
good. Never
And
looks
she
good.
was a white girl, and her boyfriend was just like a guy like me. And there's no way so this surgery must have been very fresh because she was recovering from it. And it just, I was shocked.
People are fucked up. It's a mental illness.
Yeah. Yeah. It's honestly sad that someone thinks that they should
I don't get it.
do that and have to recover that way.
But
she has to keep her
it
organs in
but
place.
it looks terrible.
Yeah.
Or the big lips looks terrible.
Yes. There are so many. Love Island has been on for like the last the last 2 months, Love Island USA. And everyone's watching it. It's like a huge thing right now. And all of these girls, you know, every week or two, they'll introduce new girls and they'll come on and you'll be in your head, you'll see this girl and you'll be like, oh, she's probably like 32. She's like, I'm 21 years old. They all look so much older because they get the work done and it makes them look old. It's a shame.
Why are they doing it?
One of them looked scary. She literally looked like Jigsaw from Saw, and everyone was bullying her so much online. Not bullying, but like
you're
being like,
freaky,
she looks
disgusting.
terrible.
Right.
This is such a shame that Love Island, in the middle of like the next episode, stopped the show and did like a scream that said like, you know, we appreciate that all of you are been engaging in the show, but remember these are real people because but I mean that's a good sign that at least America looks at this stuff and is like,
No,
okay,
I think
you've gone too far.
I think it's good that I have no problem doing that, but it's got to be a mental illness.
Yeah, it's just body dysmorphia.
Would I like Love Island or no?
Nah, even I'm at the point now.
It's too much.
It's not that it's too much. It's actually interesting. At least this is my take on why I don't like it anymore. I've watched Love Island for a while. I've always thought that was just a fun show to watch. The problem now is that it's Gen Z people that are on it, right? Like, it's not my generation anymore of people. 3-5 years ago when I was watching, it was people my age on the thing dating. So I could relate to how they acted. I watched them and I was like, that's what I would have done in that situation. Or, damn, that guy fucked up, but I know that's exactly what my friend did and that's it. You know, you could relate. Now, they're all in their early 20s and they are such a different generation. And it's not that long, right? It's only 8 years difference, but the way that they speak is completely different. I have to, like, every fifth sentence I turn on, I go, what does that mean? Because they speak completely differently. They think differently and they act completely differently than anyone else. And a lot of people online are like commenting on this, being like, it's so weird to see Gen Z interact as adults, like quote unquote adults, because they don't know how to interact. Remember, these are the people that went to high school and college during COVID. So like they are socially back, like Arrested Development, whatever the word is, remedial. Like they literally have like remedial social skills. They don't know how to interact with each other. And when something goes wrong, none of them know how to handle it. They'll either go and cry or they'll like not address it at all. You know, where 5 years ago you would watch and something would go wrong and people would stand up. They would either stand up for themselves. They just like had the emotional intelligence and maturity to figure it out. And these people do not. And so you watch it and you're like, what the fuck are you doing? And then the next thought is like, wow, this is really sad because this is a snippet of Gen Z. And these are the people that are like going to be adults.
You know, even the dogs, you hear that when you get them in COVID, how they're different and they're needy, independent. Banks is like that.
Yeah.
No, it's I guess because we were around them, there was someone always around.
All the time, the entire family was around the dog.
Stupid dog.
But generations are definitely getting quicker, shorter, right? Like I think when the typical parameters for generations, right? Like you're Gen X and I'm millennial and then Gen Z is after. and each of them was like 25 years. You know, it was a kind of like a 20-year grouping.
Okay.
Like
So
me
why are
and
they
you,
shorter?
I think they're shorter now because everything is moving so much quicker. Like culture changes every week.
So what makes when you call
And
it
technology.
So when it's the generation, like when we grew up, a generation was people my age, whether you're 10 or 15, and then it was our parents. It was different
Right,
generation.
but how they determine the generational gaps is by what's going on in the world. Like what happened while you were being raised that shaped the generation. So like my generation, I'm the very, very tail end of it, but my generation is millennial, and they say that it's shaped by like the internet, right? When I was born, the internet wasn't popular. It was like it was a thing, but it wasn't like everyone was on the internet always, right? Maybe when I was like 8 years old, I remember every house had one computer that had internet, and that was like the computer in the office, right? And like that was where we would go play computer games,
right?
There were barely any websites, right? So we grew up seeing that change. That defined my generation. Kids now,
remember your camp had that computer lab. You can go on like when we started.
Yeah. It was so like was a defining thing of my generation. The generations growing up now grew up with the internet as we know it, like the entire world at their fingertips. That's going to shape how the world thinks.
What's Chippy?
She's in Gen Alpha. It's a newer one, a different one than Burke. But think about how quickly technology is changing, right? Like Zarai's generation will grow up with AI, where 5 years ago, people didn't grow up with AI. So it's like already that's going to completely change how those different ages act. And so it's going to make a generational divide. So the generations are changing really quickly. Like Burke and I are similar, but me and a 15-year-old are probably in completely different worlds in terms of how we think about the world. And
Sure,
how we
but you
interact.
would also, anyway, because you're an adult too now, though. You do change.
No, but I'm not just talking about me. It's the whole, it's like people in their late 20s versus people in their late teens. You know, I bet in the 80s, there wasn't a drastic difference between these people where you were like, I literally don't understand what you're saying. Han and I watch this show, and we're literally like, we don't understand. They're speaking English, but I have no idea what they're saying to each other.
Ridiculous.
And it's like, that didn't used to be the case.
No, there wasn't even a thought. Everybody understood everybody.
Also, things just move quicker now, right? Like, you can have a thing on TikTok, and within 2 days, last week, this phrase or this joke or this meme didn't exist. And now, 1 week later, 70% of America knows about it because of the internet. So it's like things are just moving faster, that I think change is going to be quicker. Not that it's a good thing, but
I don't think it's a good thing.
I also was reading a thing, and then we have like really crazy news that we have to get into, really important shit. I was reading a thing that's kind of in this realm. Is that you? That noise?
I could have gone. Go ahead.
That was talking
I'm
about
gonna
how
say I don't know who called. Go ahead.
Rachel called. Saw it. I pointed at it, but
fuck.
It was an article arguing that like there's no subcultures anymore, that we live in a monoculture. That like when you were a kid and when I was a kid, there were real subcultures where it was like there were people who were surfers, and that's all they did. They bought clothing from surf brands that only marketed to surfers. Yeah. They wore shoes only marketed to surfers.
But we had that even in school. Everyone had their
that's what I'm saying.
Right?
Yeah.
The goths, the deadheads. You know, it was the athletes. Everyone had a different.
And they weren't just like it was their identity, but then there were also like subcultural economies based for each of these people, right? Like goth people only bought goth shit. And those weren't just sold at Macy's. It was sold at like a goth store.
Correct.
So it was like there were these sub-industries that were only working within each other. And that there were all these different cultures that coexisted. And I think that's really cool. Now, which I agree with, the article was arguing that like we live in a monoculture. There's no sub-industries. Like every company markets to everyone. There's no individual people where like there's no goth brands. And if they are, it's just Amazon marketing a goth item to you. It's not like its own brand that's doing it.
There's no more even like years ago when we were in Aspen, there was individuality in the stores, and now everything's big box stores. It's everywhere you go. It's the exact same stores, same companies, same stuff being sold. There's no one-offs.
Yeah, and that's just
because they're too
the
big.
Economy. They can't
the
afford.
Business are too big. Correct.
Yeah. But then it's sad on the individual level when you look at kids nowadays, and they're kind of all the same. Every kid has the same interests, and every kid dresses the same. Every kid watches the same shows and movies, right? Like they all listen to the same music. I mean, I'm not a kid, so I'm not. This isn't 100% accurate. I'm sure there's some diversity in kids and what their interests are, but it's not like when you were a kid. When you were a kid, it was like every group was. I'm sure kids nowadays have their own groups, but they're not drastically different.
There were more different interests.
Like the jocks versus the surfer guys versus the stoners. Like they were so different when you were in high school. Like they looked completely different. Now you probably go to a high school and you probably can't identify just with your eyes who the different groups are. You'd have to talk to them more.
Is that a good or a bad thing?
I think it's a bad thing because we're losing like individualist identities.
We'll be in like Japan.
Yeah, but at least in Japan, that's in their nature. The reason why I think this is happening is because the marketing.
It's business.
It's easier for, it's easier for Amazon to just convince everyone, hey, you guys all want the same stuff.
That's all it is.
Right. It's like you guys actually all want the same stuff.
What's cool.
Because this is what's cool. And they convince kids this is what's 100%. Cool through TikTok.
Any different with it's all social media, any different with the news. It's the same narrative. And that's what's scary about AI.
And it's not just happening with the kids. It's happening with adults too.
It's the entire world.
Adults are all convinced
100%.
Like, this is what you should think.
Yeah.
It's different. Like, kids, you can convince them this is what's cool. Adults, like, this is what you should think, and the other side's evil.
Don't you think? Right. So with AI added to it, they're going to pump in the narrative on the AI. And people take you put in something to ChatGPT, you get an answer, you think that's God.
Yeah, that's going to be a
problem. You
think
it's the right answer. So they're going to feed you what they want in a very subliminal way where you'll only be able to catch because they're much smarter than we are. And they're going to get people to become fucking robots.
And you could just slowly push.
And make everybody into sheep.
Yeah, well, everyone already is.
But you know what I'm saying?
Because that's why it's all that's why we're all the same
it's gonna
already.
Be much worse.
Oh, yeah, and you can just subtly shift
it's so bad.
Culture and ideas. Speaking of AI, this is like of AI being dangerous. This week, Grok, which is the Twitter AI, like Elon's AI.
Okay. What's it called?
Grok. I don't know why. It was outputting like extremely anti-Semitic outputs, like crazy things it was saying. If you said, who's the greatest person throughout history, it would say Hitler.
Get the fuck out.
And
why?
They haven't given an answer. They shut it down. Like they took it offline because they were like, what the hell's going on? And then they released an update and now it's not doing that anymore. But a lot of people on Twitter were like, see, this is the truth. Like it would, if you asked it, tell me about the Holocaust, it would say
a different narrative than reality.
Yeah, it would say, those Jews probably deserved it. It was actually only probably like 200,000. The 6 million number is completely a lie. Like it was telling you these things. And then people online who like those ideas were like, see?
Yes. Right. And now if it's changed, and say, see the narrative, they changed.
Right, the Jews got to it.
Right.
The Jews changed the truth. But Grok knew the truth for a little bit, and that's why they shut it down. That's what the narrative is. I think it's because, and actually, I have support for this, which I'm going to name drop here, and we should talk about this too. We didn't talk about my dinner on Friday night.
No, you were away. I know nothing. I haven't.
You don't know who I went to dinner with on Friday?
No.
I told Mom.
You didn't tell me.
I texted. Who did I text? No, I told you because
who?
Mom, I was in
Maybe I
person.
don't know. Just tell me.
Ben Shapiro.
You did not tell me.
I was in person with Mom, and she said, "Please get a picture with him."
100%. No one told me.
Then when was I in person with Mom? When I would have told her?
Why didn't you tell me?
Because I thought I told both of you. Because I was in person with Mom. Well, anyways, I went to dinner with Ben Shapiro.
I did not know
Friday
that.
night.
Why?
Yeah, so Han and I we have a couple like friends of ours, another couple, and their parents
you
are
tell
friends
about
with
our TikTok, about our post?
Yeah.
I want to hear what he said.
Our friends' parents are friends with Ben Shapiro.
They live out east. I mean, out west in that community.
In that community,
Uh-huh.
right. So we went. Her parents were like, "We want to meet your friends. That you went to their wedding. Invite them over for Shabbat on Friday." And
you were in Boca?
Yeah.
You didn't stop by?
Mom knew this because Mom said, "You guys should come we are having an Italian dinner."
How do you not stop by when you're right here?
I left their house at midnight.
Okay, gotcha.
And you guys, I was there from
problem.
7 to midnight at their house for dinner. I guess you weren't.
No, 100%.
I was on FaceTime with Mom.
100%.
It was
never told me.
when you Venmo'd Hannah for the pajamas.
I was working.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Mom was like, "You got to take a picture."
No one told me.
Well, you were in the background of the con.
But I'm doing work.
Right, but in my mind, I'm like, "Oh, I'm telling you both of this because you're both in the same room."
All right, no problem. So what happened?
So we went to dinner, and there were only like 10 people.
So your friend's parents are friends with him?
Yes.
And why'd they want to invite you?
Because they wanted to meet us. They were like...
The parents?
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, this..." Because they're all new to Boca, like relatively new. And so they were like, "Oh, this is so nice that you guys have another couple, like another friends who are a couple. You guys just went to their wedding. This is so nice. Why don't you invite them over to Shabbat?"
The couple that went to the wedding?
Yeah. They were here for the engagement party also.
They
live in the Polo Club.
Oh, yeah.
That couple,
Okay,
yeah.
Okay, go.
And they were like, "Oh, we know that Bronson's like, in that world, and he would really like to talk to Ben, so we'll invite Ben and his family over."
How great
so
was
his
that?
sister...
He's on the spectrum, right?
Yeah, but he was
He's brilliant.
He definitely like puts it on when he's on camera. Like when we were it was a very casual dinner. I was seated directly across from him. So for hours, it was pretty much just like Hannah and
Was he
I
with
and
his
our
wife?
couple. He was with his wife. Very sweet.
He's a smart guy.
Very smart.
What did he say? I got to just say, what he took our thing.
So I didn't, we were just had a normal dinner for, the first 2 hours. And then as the night later on in the night, we started talking about how Hannah and I met. And he was like, "How did you guys meet?" And I said, "Oh, I actually have a podcast, blah, blah, blah." And then I said, "Actually, after October 7th, my dad and I," he asked like, "Oh, what's the podcast? What's it about?" And I said, "My dad and I were talking about, Israel post October 7th. And it actually came across your show. You reacted to one of our clips." And he was like, "Oh, that's so funny." Gotcha. I was like, "You probably won't remember," and he's like, "Oh, that's so funny." And then we were just talking about other things.
Gotcha.
Very nice guy. Very chill. I thought he was going to be like annoying, but he was not. He was very chill. I wish we had more time to talk, but I'm sure I'll like meet him again. He was at my friend's wedding, like the couple that we're friends with. He was at their wedding. So I asked Ben, I said, "What are your thoughts about this XAI, like the Grok thing?" He said that because he knows Elon. He said to me, he was like, he was like, "I have been helping Elon a lot with his image because he's been ever since that like salute, the Nazi salute, he's been getting like a lot of this anti-Semitism shit. So I've been helping him a lot with this. Like we went to Israel together. We've been doing all this stuff." So he was like, "I know he knows better than most in that world, Like he talks to Trump often. He's very in that world. So he knows these things." He said that they've been training the AI on Twitter, like it's incorporated into Twitter, right? And so they've been using Twitter's data to help train the AI even more so that it's even better fit for Twitter. The problem is that Twitter is extremely anti-Semitic.
It's because it's such a free platform.
And people just like Twitter is a cesspool of like pro-Nazi shit. It is. Like I'm on it all the time and the shit I see is crazy. So that's most likely what it was, is that it's been seeing all this pro-Hitler stuff, and then it's like, I guess this is
normal.
And the way AIs work, is they don't know the answer. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know anything.
Information.
All it's doing is it's guessing what a response should be to your question. It has no idea what the words are that it's saying. Like it doesn't understand anything. It doesn't know what the words that you said. It just sees that puzzle and it's like, oh, this is based on all of the past data. This is what the answer most likely is like. So if it's looking at a lot of pro-Nazi stuff,
right,
and you ask it something, it's looking at all the pro-Nazi stuff and it's like, this is most likely what the answer is. But they shut it down and reset
Interesting.
it. Yeah.
Oh, that must have been a cool dinner.
It was extremely cool. I had we were literally just talking for hours, like me and you here. His sister-in-law and brother-in-law were there. His in-laws were there. and his wife was very sweet, very smart. She's a doctor herself.
Was security there with him?
He had security outside of the house.
Mhm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But one of his brother-in-law got
He has
up.
full-time security around his house too.
Yeah. No, Ben got up to go outside, and his brother-in-law, who I was sitting next to on this side, turned to me and he said, do you know that Ben has a security detail outside? He's going to talk to Victor or something. And I was like, oh, really? That's sick. But yeah, so he had security outside. Like, he has to.
Yeah.
He's so hated.
Interesting.
And people like know where he lives.
Yeah.
It's like kind of public information.
They got good security there too, though.
Yeah.
It's become very Jewish, that community.
Yes, extremely.
Very. People, they're doing a big resurgence there because of but a lot of people who are not, even some Jews are not happy because it's become so Jewish.
A group of Jews just sued.
I heard about that.
The neighborhood.
Stupid.
So then the other big thing that we like have to talk about is Epstein.
Yeah, what's going on with that?
Well, apparently nothing.
You know, even bigger news?
What?
Uncle Alec, told mom he likes Trump and supports Trump now
Why?
because he thinks what he's doing for everything American Israel is great. Says doesn't like his personality, but he actually supports him. He's glad he's in office.
Well, see, so this is how
That's
bad.
shocking.
No, but it's not, because
It is.
everything is fractured. You know that like 90% of the right, not like dedicated full Trump supporters, but like the right in general, are fully gone off of Trump. They're like very against him now and trying to like get rid of him. Like a lot of people. And that's also like there's a big split like with Ben. Most people on the right now are anti-Ben Shapiro.
Why?
Because of all the Israel stuff.
Oh, okay.
Like Tucker just went on Turning Point USA, which is like they had a big convention, big media thing, like Charlie Kirk and all these people, like the voices of the right are all all the speeches were against Trump at the biggest right-wing convention.
They're anti-Semites?
No. I mean, maybe some of them
Why?
are, but it's because they're like, Trump isn't doing what we voted him to do. And so they're all against it. They're saying Trump, I was saying this week when we did
I still think Trump is doing a lot of great stuff.
Okay, but that doesn't mean.
So
I'm sure Epstein did a lot of great stuff. He did a lot of philanthropy.
Okay, please.
But a lot of people on the right, the majority of the right, and the reason why Trump won was because, and this is the number one like voting point, why people voted was anti-war. That was the majority of people on the right.
I don't know. I think that drained the
America,
swamp.
No, but
transparency.
He didn't run on draining the swamp.
Okay.
That was the first time.
No,
it was America First.
The borders.
America First was what he ran. That was the main thing that he ran on. And what America First is anti-war.
He didn't. So what you saying? What he did with Iran? That's not it. He didn't. He stopped it.
No. That's prodding war.
I think he fucking stopped it. He
Stopped
sent
what?
the message.
Well, now everyone's just saying. Well, he stopped what? What did he say?
I think the future of what send the message that America's strong. Don't fuck with us. This is what we require. You're not going to negotiate. If you're not negotiating or doing what we need to be done, we're going to take it out. They took it out.
Took what out?
Their nuclear sites.
No, they didn't. They put them back 2 weeks of development.
I don't know if I.
No. That's what it is now.
How do you know? How do you know? How do you know better than I know? Seriously, I'm not. How do you know?
I don't know. I'm just going off of what the Israeli government is saying, and they're the ones that wanted the attack. Bibi just asked Trump this week. He said, "We need your green light to be able to do more strikes on Iran because their nuclear facilities it would only set them back 2 weeks, and they're rebuilding now. So we need more time for the future." Okay. So do you?
I
What
don't
about
know.
that?
I don't know if those bombs only put them back 2 weeks. Number one, I don't know the answer to that. Well, slow down there, Ron. Slow down.
Do you know if they did anything?
And then
Trump didn't say they stopped the nuclear program. They just said the mission was a success. They didn't say anything about the nuclear program. Right. No, but what you're saying that it stopped it. What did it stop? What did Trump say that it stopped?
I think Trump doing what he did sent a huge message.
Doing what? Bombing an underground bunker in the desert. That's what it was. We don't even know if the bomb made it into the bunker. We don't. I bet if it did make it into the bunker, that would be very good news. And Trump and whatever his name, the head of the Department of Defense, whatever his name is. I'm blanking.
Yeah, it's Pete
Hegseth.
Yeah,
he would be flaunting that all around the world. He would be saying, we got a missile into their bunker. But instead, the only thing they said is,
all right.
But
okay.
you're saying all these things, but they're not true.
But you don't know what's true as well.
I do because...
Well, who the fuck are you yelling at?
Well, I don't...
We're just having a conversation.
I guess I don't know what's true or not, but I'm getting straight from their mouth.
Whose mouth?
Bibi Netanyahu, Pete Hegseth, Donald Trump.
By the way, I don't agree with Trump where it should have been a ceasefire. I think you should have let Israel continue to do what they need to do. That's just my opinion.
Isn't a ceasefire. The war is every day. We're fully not in a ceasefire.
Okay.
The ceasefire was like 3 weeks to get the hostages back.
Are all the hostages back?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Are there even, like, I don't know.
I don't know.
All right. So I don't think Israel wants all the hostages back either. If all the hostages are back, Netanyahu has no chip to play. He has no... Why would he keep bombing them if it wasn't to get the hostages back? Just to kill them? Like, that's not good. So I think secretly he just wants to kill them. But I think he knows that he needs to have the story of only doing this to get our people back. Once all the people are back, then he's just killing babies.
All right, so there are people that don't like him. Fine. I still like what he's doing, Trump.
What's it going to take for you to not like him?
You don't like him?
No. I didn't. I was
having a
conversation. Based on my biggest thing was the government transparency, and it's just all been lies.
Okay, what's been a lie about it?
Trump said we're going to go. He said on camera, he said, "I'm going in to Fort Knox this week with Elon. We're going in and we're going to live stream it so we can see what's behind there." That never happened.
Okay.
Trump said, first day in office, I am going to be releasing the Epstein Files. He ran.
I remember you saying that.
Here's what pisses me off so much about it is if you're going, like, it's one of two things. You either just lied about it to get my vote, and you never intended to do any of these things, and for that, fuck you. Like that's a straight up lie. Or you were going to do something, and something else convinced you otherwise, and now you're lying to us.
Well,
by saying,
or maybe something else happened where that took priority. I don't know. Maybe you can't get to everything you say.
Because now
you make promises that you're going to do, but you can't get to every one of them. It happens all the time.
Okay. But so now with Epstein,
who would you want in office? What's going on with Epstein, by the way?
No, but here's the thing. So this week, Pam Bondi, under Donald Trump's direction, came out and said, now the official thing is there's no Epstein list. There's no files.
Seriously.
They said, we've done an investigation. There's no names. There's no conspiracy. There's no pedophile ring. It was just this one guy, and he was just an individual pedophile, and he was doing these things individually, and he killed himself, and that's the end of the story, and no questions.
Well, that's sketch.
That's the official story from Pam Bondi, who the second weekend of Trump's presidency came out on the White House lawn. We can get up the video.
Okay,
I'm really enraged.
Is your volume loud, or is you just yelling?
You know how passionate I've been about the lies of the Epstein thing, and now this is Trump directly lying.
29. You're too
No, but
young.
it's because we all known for 5 years now that it's like the powers that be, whoever is these names in the Epstein list, they're the real people in power. And so we know that there's something really sketchy going on, and we need to get to the bottom of it. And Trump ran on, I'm going to get to the bottom of it. And now it's, there's actually nothing going on. So it's like the people that in power who I've always been against, right? Like since day one of this podcast, I've been passionately super against those people. Now they're just blatantly lying to us, and then it's going to be swept under the rug, and everyone's going to forget about it, and they're just going to keep doing what they do, and it's going to keep going. It's like, no, such a problem. And Trump promised us to drain the swamp, as you said, and then what the fuck is he doing? And so this lie is so blatant that it's not a lie to convince the American people, because everyone knows Epstein killed himself. You're never going to convince people by just saying, trust me, he didn't. What the lie is Trump and the White House signaling to the people whose names are in the Epstein list that everyone's been talking about for years, including Trump. He said, I've seen the list. So now they're saying, actually, there's no list. Then which one's the lie? the lie now is Trump and the people signaling to those powers that be, the real names in the list, that we've got your back. You don't have to worry about it. Because why else would you lie so blatantly to America?
Or these people that are on the list of powerful that the government's saying, listen, we're going to protect you in this thing.
Right, exactly. But that's a huge problem.
No, I don't know. I'm just saying another thought. And we own your ass, and we're going to be calling in something when we need it because we own your ass.
No, but the people in the government are the ones on the list.
Yes, Bronson, there are no question bad people in government.
No, okay, it's so much bigger than that.
Let me just say something. We know it's so much bigger than that. You're not going to be able to clear that altogether.
But we were on that path. That's what Trump promised us.
Still
and a bunch of people.
There's still a lot of good being done for our country. A lot.
Okay, but that doesn't mean I should just shut up about my complaints.
Who's saying that? I'm not saying.
No, I know, but okay. So Pam Bondi this week came out and said, "Oh, there's no list, there's no files, there's none of that, nothing." But there's video evidence, literally of her.
A lie. We know it's a lie.
Okay, so then why are they lying? She came out the second week in office on the White House lawn. It was a huge press thing, and she said, "There's 10." She said to the cameras, "I've seen the list. I've seen the names. I've watched 10,000." She said there's 10,000 hours of footage of child pornography. And we're going to be releasing all this info. And now they're saying, "Oh, there's no list." It's like such a blatant lie.
What are people doing about it?
People are freaking the fuck out. But it's just going to get swept under the rug. And people are super anti-Trump. Why'd you lower yourself so much?
Oh, that's me. Oh, I need to lower you. How do I lower the headset?
People are
thank you
super up in arms, and people are super against the White House right now. A lot of people on the right, myself included, and a lot of people voted for this administration because they were like, they're going to get rid of the corruption. This is what I've been wanting. And now that they're literally telling us, "Oh no, we're part of the corruption," or even if we're not part of it, we're gonna just not release it. A lot of people on the right are very against Trump, and Trump is it's over for the Republican Party now. It's over. Ben at dinner was saying, he said that the House.
Which one's mine? This one?
I think.
Talk.
Hello? No, that's definitely mine then.
Talk.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was mine. Ben was like,
much better.
Ben said we've lost the House. Like, there's no way that the House in a year.
Did you discuss this with Ben?
Yeah.
This whole Epstein thing?
Yeah. So Ben said that he believes. So he said he believes Bongino.
Can you say it?
Yeah. He said, "Look, I talked to Dan Bongino, who's the deputy director of the FBI. He said, I talked to, and Dan Bongino and Kash Patel, the reason that they were put in those offices by Trump
was to get to fish it out, flush it out.
Specifically Epstein, right? That was literally, it was Epstein is why they were put in office.
So what did Ben say? Ben said,
he said to me at dinner, he said, "I spoke to Dan yesterday on the phone. I know Dan, I trust him. He told me that this is all the truth. So I believe him." And I was like, okay. I'm not going to be like, "Oh, Ben Shapiro, you're wrong." But I said to him, "But what about Pam Bondi?" I said, "Pam Bondi now is saying there's no files. But 6 months ago, she was saying she's seen the files with her own eyes." And he said, "Yes, she fucked up. And now there's, maybe I can't, I'm not going to say this next part. I don't think I can say this next part."
Don't.
But basically he said, yes, she fucked up. And it's a clusterfuck for them now.
So they'll probably get rid of her.
Probably.
And what about Trump said he saw it?
Trump, yeah. It's so, and then here's the bigger thing, Dad.
Go ahead.
Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein.
So she's in jail, right?
For sex trafficking.
So if they're saying there isn't, then she should get out.
Why is she in jail? And why did that case was a sealed record. Everything in that case with Ghislaine Maxwell was sealed because the judge said there's a list.
The minors, right?
No, not just the minors. He said there are names like the perpetrators, the Epstein list that we're all talking about. The judge, we can look at the court records where they sealed it. Before they sealed it, and this judge said, "I'm sealing this case because there are names in here that can't get out. Like, this is dangerous. So we can't have these very public and very high-profile people's names be connected with this."
It's disgusting.
Okay, so that she's sitting in a prison cell for that in Tallahassee. She's been sitting for years already, and she has like 20 years left on her sentence.
But if they
in connection with Epstein.
If they say there's nothing, why can't she appeal it now?
I guess, but like that's how blatantly they're lying to us. Trump, not they. Trump is lying to us because he's saying, "Oh, there's no ring."
Can you pull it up where he says there was and he saw it originally, and can you pull up where he says there isn't now?
Well, he hasn't been saying anything on camera about that there isn't. He's been tweeting, and the White House has been putting statements, but he's been very, very good at dodging the question. Like everyone now for the last 2 weeks has been asking about Epstein, and he straight up ignores the questions, ignores them. Doesn't just be like, "Oh, I can't answer that." Someone will ask him the question, and he'll turn to another person and wait for the next question to be asked.
All right, I hear. I don't know what to say. I hear you. I'm sure Trump lies. I'm sure Trump's not going to do everything he says he did. I just think that's just the way people are in position of power.
No, but it's not. It's one thing to be like, I'm going to try to make the drinking water better and then be like, shit, I can't do it. Right? And run on that. But to run on, I'm going to expose the real powers that be in this world that control everything and that actually are evil, right? Like they're not just like shitty. Raping 14-year-old girls and then using and filming people doing it and using that footage to extort and blackmail. You are straight up evil, right? So we knew all this stuff exists, right? When Epstein was first arrested, they found he had an island, okay, right? So if this guy is just a single pedophile who's just kind of diddling little girls himself,
not evil.
Why does he have an entire island to do it? Why were all these people, politicians, prime minister, flying into this island? What? Why?
Right.
He had he had the largest private residence in Manhattan himself,
and never really worked.
And it was gifted to him.
Right.
Okay. He was just a random pedophile. It's like there's so many. And then also when the FBI raided his house in New York, there are thousands of boxes. There were pictures. I remember we looked at the pictures on the podcast. The pictures are probably extremely hard to find now because they've been burying them. But there were pictures that the FBI took of boxes of VHS tapes that they found in like his safes in Manhattan. And now they're saying, "Oh no, there's no tapes." Pam, the list, there's like a White House document that they released that is basically like, there's nothing here. There's no theory. It was just this one guy. They said like, there's no tapes. There's no files. There's no names.
They destroyed it.
But it's like, I saw with my own fucking eyes. And if you're Donald Trump and you're running on, because you know that there's a swell of people in this world, in this country, that are really want to expose the corruption, drain the swamp of the power that be. And he's running on the platform of, these people are against me, right? They're trying to put me in jail. These powers that be, this cabal, they're against me and I'm on your side. And that's why you need to put me in powers, because I'm going to get rid of them. I'm going to expose them, and we're going to do it through Epstein. And I have this whole team of people that are these great investigators that you people like, and I'm going to put them in because they're going to get to the bottom of it, and we're going to take all these people down. And then it's 6 months later, you go, "Oh no, there's nothing here. Forget about it. The guys, go on, move. Forget about it." It's like, no, you can't do that, because we're the ones, we put you there for this reason. And now we know that you're part of that group. You have to be. Why else would you be saying this? Either you're part of that group or you're owned by them. That's it.
It's a problem. I agree it's a problem.
No, it's the biggest problem. Because these are the people that run everything. Every problem downstream, like when you say, no, the biggest problem is the border security. Who do you think is flooding the fucking borders? Where do these people coming from Nigeria, not Nigeria, actually, that's not really a big problem. Where are these people coming from, Ghana and all this stuff, with money and cell phones and all this stuff to cross the Mexican border? How are they getting to Mexico to cross the border? People are paying them. Who do you think these people are with this network? It's
I don't
the
know,
same
but
people.
He stopped that. Trump stopped that. The borders are closed.
The borders are closed.
Deporting people, making it safer, making America stronger. He's making America more respected. He's making America economically stronger. Those are important things.
Right, but
He supports Israel. Those are important things. I'm just saying, I hear you. I don't think any politician, any billionaire is all perfect, and rosy and fully honest and transparent. But I think that there are things, I don't like everything about him. I'm not saying
no, but if he's part of that group, then what, like, it's like when a lot of people, after World War II ended, a lot of people were like, well, how could, so many of these Germans who weren't evil people just let all this stuff happen? And the answer a lot of time was, well, the trains ran on time. Right? Like that's like it's become kind of like a symbol for that kind of thinking. It's like if the trains ran on time, I was paid well, like things were working well. So I'm not gonna pay attention to the fucking evil, terrible shit that's happening by my backyard. So you just said, yeah, there's evil stuff. But the economy's strong. It's
no, I don't know how to. No, what I'm saying
there's a sex ring of children being trafficked by our politicians to be raped and used for information on the backs of us.
Okay,
and we're just gonna forget about it.
No, I don't. You're not gonna. Things have gotten so out of hand and so out of control with the sort of the powers to be or whatever. I don't.
So it just is what it is for the rest of time.
No, I just don't know how you're gonna ever. It's sort of like AI. Once it's out of the bag, I don't know how you're gonna.
No, but you can. But you can do what I'm doing. You can look at Trump, and you can do what a lot of the right is doing. Tucker Carlson on fucking the biggest stage of the right wing. Yes, it was yesterday at Turning Point USA's conference in Washington, D.C. He got up, and the first things he said was about Epstein. He called out Trump, and he was like, Let
me see it. Play it. I want to see it.
Here, I'll get it on my phone.
Oh, you can't get it on there?
I can, but...
Let's see.
Tucker.
All right. Make it louder.
Not acceptable. And I think the real answer is Jeffrey Epstein was working on behalf of intel services, probably not American. And we have every right to ask, on whose behalf was he working? How does a guy go from being a math teacher at the Dalton School in the late 70s with no college degree to having multiple airplanes, a private island, and the largest residential house in Manhattan? Where did all the money come from? And no one has ever gotten to the bottom of that because no one has ever tried. And moreover, it's extremely obvious to anyone who watches that this guy had direct connections to a foreign government. Now, no one's allowed to say that that foreign government is Israel because we have been somehow cowed into thinking that that's naughty.
What's he saying?
Okay, so the theory, well, there's a lot of truth in this, and the rest we don't know the extent that it goes. Ghislaine Maxwell, who was Jeffrey Epstein's right-hand woman, her father, Robert Maxwell, was a Jewish British intelligence agent. He worked for the British CIA. After World War II, when Israel was becoming a country, he was very involved in the formation of the state of Israel. He was a British spy, a Jewish British spy. He was very influential in the formation of the state of Israel and specifically Mossad, Israel's CIA, their intelligence agency. He formed it pretty much. This is Ghislaine Maxwell's father. So there's a paper trail, and there's a paper trail of 2 prime ministers ago of Israel is directly connected to Epstein. He has since been, he stepped down from part of it. Ehud Barak, I think is his name. He was the prime minister of Israel, and there's a paper trail connecting him to Epstein. So a lot of people look at all this stuff and they look at, why is all of a sudden now, this week, the week after, Trump went to bat for Israel in Iran and got a lot of hate for it. And, people are really turning on Trump and turning on Israel in America. Why this week did they come out and say, Jeffrey Epstein, he was a random pedophile? A lot of people think, and I do think there's truth to it. This doesn't mean, I don't think it's necessarily anti-Semitic. I think there are anti-Semitic strands to some of it, but the prevailing theory is that Epstein's ring and his blackmail operation was in conjunction with the CIA and Mossad. It was a joint operation that they were using Epstein's connections and his influence in that world to capture and trap powerful people by having footage of them doing bad things. And then, you know, this politician is going to vote a way that you don't want. You say, we're going to release this video.
All right, so we'll hit play. I want to see it.
And I do think that there's truth to it. And I think it's really dangerous for us as Jews to be like, nope, that's anti-Semitic. Can't talk about Epstein and Israel and Trump. And that's a huge problem. And that is happening a lot on, like, right when Tucker said Israel, a lot of people and powerful Jews are like, anti-Semite. It's like, no, because for years, I've been anti-CIA and anti-FBI. That doesn't mean I'm anti-every American, right? You can be anti-Mossad.
100%.
But that doesn't mean you hate Jews.
No, but that's just, we know people are fucking
No, but
stupid.
a lot of people are playing that card. And a lot of people are trying to, a lot of Jews, when I say
the Jews are
a lot of
idiots.
Jews are trying to get people silenced for
Idiots.
saying these things. And it's like that only perpetuates.
No, you need to say it on both sides.
Right. And if there are factions within the Israeli government that are running pedophile rings,
then they're wrong.
I want them out.
Right. All right, hit play.
I want to show, like, when he first came out, he literally first started. Look, this said, the American right is transforming before our eyes and the White House better catch up.
I don't like to vote, but I did vote this time. And I don't like to vote because I don't believe in any of them. And this time I really felt like I know Trump well. I love Trump personally. And what we were looking at was just so awful and totalitarian and stupid. And it wasn't even the arguments that I disagreed with from the Kamala Harris. It's weird to even say her name now. Who was that exactly? It was like a bad dream. But it wasn't even so much the arguments I disagreed with, though I definitely disagreed with the arguments. It was the style of argument that drove me completely bonkers, summarized most crisply by "shut up, racist." Whatever you said, it was "shut up, racist." And it's like, but wait, first of all, I'm not a racist, but that's not even the point. The point is, I just told you what I think. I just asked you an entirely legitimate question, mostly, what the hell are you doing? And rather than answer it, you didn't pay me the respect that you would a human being. You treated me like a slave or an animal by telling me to stop barking. Shut up, racist. And I won't put up with that because I'm not a slave or an animal. I'm an American citizen, an adult man who pays his taxes. So, I ask people questions for a living, and very often I get answers that I don't care for, that I disagree with, that I think are stupid. But at least they're answers. At least the person responding is treating me like a human being with a soul created in the image of the Creator. He's paying me the respect that every human being is due. When you ask a direct question to someone in charge, you are due. That person is morally bound to give you an answer. He's not bound to agree with you, but he's bound to stop and answer your question. And the left never did that. They would dismiss you out of hand. You are not worth listening to. Be quiet. And that's, of course, where the impulse to censorship comes from. It comes from the belief that you don't deserve to speak because you're not fully human. They own you. And that's what I voted against above all. I voted against a million different things that I hated about the last administration. Their insane desire to start pointless wars around the world. Their total unwillingness to protect this country domestically, to protect the people who live here, to protect the territorial integrity of the country, bringing in tens of millions of people illegally, giving them free stuff the second they get here, making a mockery of citizenship. I hated all of that. I hated all of that. But the thing I hated most was their total unwillingness to answer any question about why they were doing what they were doing, because it was just too insulting. And every single time I would just feel like raising the middle finger and screaming obscenities, which is not an adult response, I'll concede, but that's how I felt. And I think that's really at the heart of why the Epstein thing is so distressing. I mean, the guy was some weird sex freak who was abusing girls. We knew that. But the fact that the U.S. government, the one that I voted for, refused to take my question seriously and instead said, "Case closed, shut up, conspiracy theorist," was too much for me.
I respect that.
I don't think the rest of us should be satisfied with that. And by the way, let me just say really quickly, because I was so mad about it that I think I found out part of what's going on. I think we are going to find out more. And I think the truth, for whatever it's worth, in case you're interested, is that the DOJ didn't release lots of incriminating sex videos with Epstein and his billionaire pals because they don't have them. They don't have them because when the original search warrant was served, 2007, I think, possibly 2006, I think 7, it was basically designed to protect Epstein. The search warrant was written in such a way to make sure that the...
I can't watch it, but I agree with him, and we got to get going. But I respect him, and I agree with him. I agree.
Yeah, but you're not going to expect any more from Trump.
No.
You're just going to keep letting him do what he does.
No. I don't know what I can do to change or not change it.
Are you even going to say, like, you're not even going to say anything? Like, just
I'm
now.
saying I agree with him.
No, but are you going to say anything against Trump?
I agree that...
Do you think Trump's lying to us?
I do think they're lying.
And do you
I
think
the whole
that's
government's
bad?
lying. Yes, of course I think that's bad.
So then it just is what it is.
No. What do you want me to do?
No, but
What do you, I understand you're passionate about it, and I agree with you, but what is it you're going to do about it?
not vote for Trump again.
Well, you can't
Whereas
vote
people,
for, you
no.
can't vote for Trump
But if
again.
J.D. Vance runs and he says, "Oh yeah, Epstein did nothing," boom, not voting for you,
And
bro,
if someone-
because you're in on it.
Okay, so then you can vote for someone who believes in, let's say the person has the same views of that guy from the mayor of New York City.
Well, why would I vote for him?
I'm just saying, but if he, let's say hypothetically, someone with those views was against,
I'm not
going
voting
against.
then.
Okay,
If
that's
no,
your choice.
But yeah, exactly.
And you'll make the choice based on what's important and what's not important.
And what's
to you.
important for
I
me
think
is
I think they're all
corruption.
liars. I think they're all liars and they're all corrupt. Most people, let me finish, in a position of power. I agree with you on that, and that's my feeling too. But I think that I'm going to vote on what are important to me in certain things, and I will always, I will not abstain from voting.
But if Trump is just part of this group, then and his people are part of this group, and whoever comes next, and Kamala and her people were also probably part of this group, right? The Clintons were the biggest name on the fucking Epstein list, and they were some of the biggest, most important influential people on the left. So it's like if all these people are involved in this group, then
then you don't.
it's just the world we live in. It just is what it is.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Because what happens is enough people fucking get.
So you don't vote. You don't vote, right? So you think by wait, let me finish. You think by not voting is doing something? No, do something then.
Yeah, okay. What I was just about to say is people actually voted. I'm using quotation marks for the people listening. People voted in the Soviet Union in the 80s, right? They voted. It didn't really matter. Whoever was going to win was going to win. And then people got fed up enough with the fucking government lying to them that they tore down the Berlin Wall.
Okay.
And then the country doesn't exist anymore.
Okay.
So it's like that can happen. And if these people in power, I'm not pointing at Tucker,
right?
If the people in power keep blatantly lying to the American public, it's so blatant.
You're right.
Because 6 months ago, they were saying the exact opposite of what they're saying now.
Therefore?
That they're going to cause a revolution.
Okay.
And that's extremely dangerous. So you can't say Trump is keeping our country safe when he's directly lying to the American people, because when you lie to the youth in a country, you force a revolution.
I think, I hear you. I think
And that's the least
I
safe
think
thing.
there's bigger problems in America than a possible revolution, which
No, because that'll end America.
I think the Muslims coming in, I think the people that came in over the borders, I think the what's happened in Europe with the Muslims, I think America is over.
Yeah, but if Trump is running on like pro-America, but he's clearly in bed with whoever these powers that be are, then those are and also it's like if he's lying about this,
I think
what else is he lying about?
I think you were wishful thinking if you don't think Trump is in bed with a lot of the bad people in power.
No, but if he's lying about this one so blatantly, then what else is he lying about?
There's no question.
But all of them could be lies.
Yes, and some could be, and some cannot be.
He could be. It's just, and
We're
it's not
talking about a lot of
And when
ways.
I just say Trump, I'm talking about like all of the people in power.
I think they're all. I think Democrat, Republicans, everyone in office. I think most of them are all corrupt.
Right, but then when this is over, you're just going to go, well, whatever.
No, I
mean, I guess you're older, so you like. Well, there's not much to do.
But okay, and what is it you can do? I want you to do something. So you're going to become a lawyer, then maybe get involved in politics and do something, make a change. I don't know what the answer is.
The more
I'm not
the more
disagreeing
individuals
with you, listen, I'm not disagreeing with you, But you're saying like, oh, Dad, you're so cavalier and so nonchalant about it. It's no big deal. But I'm saying, okay, you can raise your voice and be very passionate about it. But what are you going to do about it?
Not support Trump.
Okay.
Yes, that's 100% something I can do.
No, but what I'm saying...
Because when Trump was running for president, you were like, you need to vote for him because every vote matters.
I asked you a question.
But then when I say I'm not voting, you're saying, well, that doesn't matter.
What you're saying, you're not voting whoever's in office because you don't like the two people in office. That's not doing anything about it.
But that is, Dad, because...
not.
No, because when Trump was running, you said... Well, wait, hold on. You
It's
said
not. Abstaining is not doing something.
You said you need to vote because your vote matters in this election. It can change it. But then when I'm saying I don't vote, it doesn't matter? How does that work?
I'm going to tell you how that works. Because I did not want her in. So I took the lesser of two evils, and I like more of what he had to in certain his ideology. Not saying he's perfect and fully transparent, but there are many things that I wanted that he did, and I didn't want she, because what she would have done would have been worse than what Biden would have done and would destroy our country altogether. So when you abstain, and you
it's not abstaining.
You are. When you don't vote, you're abstaining.
No.
Yeah, but that's 100%. That's what it is. You're a smart guy. You know when there's call to a vote and you abstain and you don't vote, you are abstaining from the vote.
No, my vote is for neither of those people.
No.
Yes.
Okay. I love you. You're 100% wrong. You're abstaining from means you're doing nothing.
No, I disagree.
Okay, that's fine. All right, I love you.
And the thing is, the more people, each individual that is against the system, it changes. How do you think this country started?
I get that. That's
it was literally
different.
like 20 guys.
I'm agreeing with that
And
concept.
so if I say, fuck the system, I'm not listening to them, and they try to get me to do things, and I say, I'm not listening to you.
But that's not
changes,
true.
It changes
you're still
the
going
weight.
to pay your taxes. You're still going to have a family. You're still going to worry about their safety. So I'm saying, so when you say to me, I'm saying, because you seem like you got bothered, but I was like so cavalier about it. And I'm like, I agree with you, but what do you think by raising your voice? What is it you're going to do that you're so passionate about it?
Be vocal. How is that not doing something? How is me sitting here saying I am calling out the lies as I see them? How is that not doing something about it? I can't go into the FBI office and stab Kash Patel in the throat. No, but it's like me saying out loud, I see the lies and I acknowledge it, and I'm not going to let it go over my head. That is 100% doing something about it.
Oh, I don't think that's anything to do with it. I think that what you're doing is you're just voicing your opinion. That's not doing something.
That's doing something about it.
No, it's
because
not.
Change is made on opinions.
No,
change happens. How do you think Trump became president? It was by people's opinions and ideas.
Okay. Bronson,
you didn't put Trump in office.
Let's stick to the issue, and we got to get going. But let's stick to the issue. You said that I won't vote for him,
correct,
and that's fine. And I said, I agree. I think that they're all corrupt. They all lie, whatever it is. But I have to pick and choose certain things. And you make it like I don't really care. And I do care, but there's only so much we can do about it. So you said, what do you go, I'm not going to vote. This is what transpired.
But don't
and
you
I
think
said, let me finish. I said, abstaining is not doing anything about it.
But I just don't agree.
Okay, then we don't agree.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I think, like, don't you think change happens incrementally? Like it can, right?
Yes.
So how do you think change happens? If every single person says, oh yeah, that happened, but oh well, right? Hold on. No change is going to happen. But if some people say, wow, that happened, and I'm fucking pissed about it, there's more likely a chance that change is going to happen from that line of thinking than from the oh well line of thinking. Do you agree with that? There's a more likely chance that some change is going to happen
because
when people are mad about it.
Someone will come in office that might be allegedly fully transparent, but here's what's going to happen.
Not even allegedly fully transparent.
But what's going to happen is when those people come in office, you know what's going to happen? They can become exactly like
the change isn't going to happen from people in office. What change has ever happened in the last 40 years from someone in office?
Somebody that you think you're going to vote for is going to get in office. They're going to be exactly the same and drink the Kool-Aid.
But that's what I'm saying.
The same corruption. That's what happens.
But that's what I'm saying. It's not going to change from the offices. That's what I'm trying to say.
So then there'll be no government.
No, but real change, especially now.
With a new government.
No, or some drastic change from the American people.
You have to run America there for some form of government. So you get somebody new
but not by voting in the system.
So they're not voting in the system. And then what, by force? So you get the stronger person in?
Bobby's coming.
Listen, you get the stronger person in? And no, I'm just saying, power, power and money corrupt people, unfortunately. That's the way it is.
Clearly, this system is locked. Like, no one is going to get into power that isn't pre-approved by the real powers that be. It's just not going to happen.
I'm happy. Listen, I hear you.
Because Trump was the guy to do that.
Your most important thing, it sounds to you, and I respect that, is that you want no real corruption. You want to get rid of those power people, and you want full transparency, no corruption.
But there's always going to be corruption. That's not what I'm saying. I'm realistic.
I'm talking general. Bro. I'm not talking 100% in a vacuum.
I just don't want the people who I voted for, who are using my money and your money, to lie to us. I don't want that.
Then you will never ever be satisfied, because that's going to happen every time.
I'm not going to be.
Okay,
but there's a difference between being like, this is why I want you to vote for me, and then blatantly lying about it, and being like, I'm going to try to do this, and there are very different kinds of lies. Of evil worldwide sex trafficking ring that involves all the most powerful people.
Do you ever lie to?
That's a big lie, Dad.
You ever be in court and you stretch the truth, you lie to get better for your position.
Right, but exactly. In court, there are some lies that you can make as a lawyer that it's like, but then there are other lies where it's like, you will lose your license and go to jail.
Okay.
There's a difference between lies. Lies are not all evil.
Fraud. He didn't commit fraud.
Lies are not all not
commit
equal.
fraud.
That's not what I'm saying.
No, I'm saying, so listen, we understand each other. I hear you loud and clear. I'm not trying to be difficult. I just think that I understand when you're, I don't want to say it's because it sounds like I know more. When you're younger and certain things and you're not as tainted, whatever it might be, and I agree. I just think
hasn't every single change in the world, every single revolution, every single new country that's been formed, and this is true, every single new country that's been formed, revolution, change in the world has been made by young people. It has. Older people get set in their ways. They're more conservative. They have more to lose. So they say, oh, well.
I ask you what is, I agree.
But young people change things. They actually do.
Yeah, young people are also stupid with a lot of things.
Right, but this country was started by 20-year-olds.
Okay, but there was much simpler back then and much easier. Okay. A little bit different than it's today.
Yes, by the way, because Israel was started by young people.
You 20-year-olds,
I'm not even that.
Listen, you are in your 20s.
I'm too old for that.
Listen, you in your 20s, you guys can't even fucking, I'm saying you specifically, but it's a different, you guys have no fucking clue about life.
But then why were you...
No clue about life, most of your generation.
Sure, but that doesn't matter for making change.
Oh, but it does, because you think
Israel was started by 20-year-olds.
But years and years ago, things have changed progressively. You guys think because you look on your social media or you look this up on the internet, you think that you guys know it all.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Life experience is a great fucking determination 100%. How things work and knowledge.
So we just shouldn't change anything.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Do you understand? So you're not even listening.
But I'm not saying what you're saying stuff that I'm not saying either.
You literally said, I won't vote. And I'm like, that's correct. Doing nothing.
But I've always been very against voting. Always.
Okay, but
the reason why I voted for Trump was because of RFK and because he said, I'm going to...
Okay, so that was important.
I'm going to stop the corruption.
That was the most important thing for you.
Yeah.
Okay. And I respect, so therefore I understand why you're angry over it. I get it.
Right. And so I'm not going to vote for him again.
But you don't have to vote for him again.
Exactly.
Because he's not running again.
Well, he could.
Because he's not running again.
Well, he could. He could.
I would love if he ran again.
No, he definitely could. But when I say voting for Trump, I'm talking about like his people.
But people somewhat change too. People do change and grow and expand. And you
100%.
And when you sell yourself and you're marketing to get to where you want, you do stretch things and do what you need to do to fucking get to what you want.
Right. But my point is,
there's all day fucking long.
But my point is, there's a big difference between a stretch and covering up a worldwide evil sex trafficking ring involving raped little girls and the most powerful people in the world.
I agree.
That's not a stretch, okay? That's not a stretch.
I am, but you're. Do
you agree with that?
I agree.
That's
you're talking about.
That's
agree.
not stretching the truth because you're marketing yourself, Dad. Those are so different. That means if you're going to keep that under wraps, that means you're evil. It means you're involved. Would you do that?
No, but I have a question. What if they, people you don't know until your situation, what if they had something on you or your family member and therefore...
Sure, but then that means he's what's the word? Compromised.
Okay.
So then it's like, I can't trust you if you're compromised.
But you can't trust a single president.
No, I never have.
Okay.
Never.
But we got to run a government.
No, but now I know he's lying, so now it's like, I can't trust Trump.
He's lying. Come on, Bronson. We know, please.
Wait, but so do you trust Trump?
I don't need to trust Trump. I like this. There's things that I like that he does. So I know he's not. There's things I like that I don't like that he does. But
did you need to trust Biden? You should. It's not. Well, it's a yes or no about do you trust Trump or not, or do you not care?
No, I think that Trump is doing certain things that are important to me for America, and therefore it's important.
Okay, but if he was doing, if he was still doing those things, right? Like if he was doing everything that you loved and he was doing them perfectly, and this is going to be a crazy episode, you're going to be like, oh my God. But behind the scenes, he was running concentration camps where Jews were being killed. But he was,
of course not.
But he was doing all the things that you still wanted.
Of course not. But I don't know what transpired. We know he's lying. I don't know why.
So do you trust him?
I don't have a need to trust him.
I don't know what that means.
Trust me. I don't call
but
a
that's
guy.
not an answer.
I don't
Do
trust
you
any
trust him? I don't
politician.
have a need to trust him. What does that mean?
What do I need to trust him for? I don't have any. There's no politician that I trust that's in office.
But at the beginning of this, you said, I trust Trump and what he's doing. He's doing
To
the right
do
things.
what's best for America. I said that for what's
but you
important
trust
to
him
me.
to do what's best for America,
Yes.
but you don't need to trust him. How can you hold both of those in your mind?
Because I know that every politician lies. I know that every politician is corrupt, just like our FBI, just like the CIA. I know certain things, but there's certain things that are important to me to protect, to keep things going. Like sometimes like this. I know it sounds stupid and it's ignorance, but ignorance is bliss. I don't want to see the chef make my food.
Right, but what if Trump is doing these things because he knows that it'll keep people at bay because the other bad shit's happening?
But maybe that could be the case. I don't know.
But are you okay with that? Because
but then somebody's got to say what's the
lesser?
lesser.
Because the trains are still running on time.
Sometimes you got to say what's the lesser of two evils.
But that's what they said in Nazi Germany. They said the trains are running on time.
Bronson, I understand.
Our government is running efficiently.
I understand what you're saying. I'm not disagreeing, but I'm saying therefore what?
Therefore, I'm going to call it out.
Okay.
And if enough people call it out, that's how change gets made.
With someone else in office. That's how it's going to be done. It's not going to be we're going to not have a government. It's going to be someone else.
Not going to have a government.
It's going to be someone else in office. Whoever wins, and we're going to see what they're going to do.
No, but you
understand there's a difference.
During COVID, at the beginning of this podcast, when I said, maybe the form of government needs to change. Maybe we need to have, more localized state government. And at first you were like, that's crazy. And then you were like, that actually could happen.
Right. Okay.
But then now you're saying, well,
No.
what are you going to do? Not have a government? It's like, that's obviously not what I'm saying. I'm saying have a different, like something is wrong.
If that happens, great.
That's literally what Trump ran on. He ran
Bronson,
on drain the swamp.
We're saying that we're going on. We're peeing ourselves and mom's giving a shit. Okay. But I understand that, but I don't think not voting is the right thing. I think getting the right person that satisfies your needs and desires.
But there's no right person that can actually win an election. And this is Trump proved the point. And I've believed this forever, but Trump proved it. No one's going to win without being in the club.
Maybe
Trump was
who knows?
Trump is the best chance at having an outsider to this club who could be like, I don't give a fuck. None of them own me.
We're going to pause, and if you want to come back to this. I love you.
No, I don't care. Whatever.
Everybody, we got to go. Nell's giving us, we got to get going for dinner. Bronny, love you.
I told her we'd be done at 6, so I don't know why she's freaking out because it's literally 6:01.
No problem at all, Bronny. It's all good.
So I don't know why she texted
10
minutes ago freaking out because I told her we'd be done exactly.
Is she freaking out? It's just a text.
Well, you just said she was freaking out.
Well, okay, but
you just said it.
Yeah, but you said texted freaking out. So I asked you, is yours voice activated text?
No.
All right. I love you, Bronny.
I love you too.
I want you to know I appreciate your passion. I don't disagree with what you're saying. I just don't know how to get it to the point where to implement that. Everybody, hopefully we're back. Are we back?
Well, you're away next weekend.
But we could do. I'm available. I can do Zoom anytime you want. You know that. Anytime you want, I'll do it with you. I don't bother you.
Yeah.
I'm busy, and I know you're busy. But I'll do it anytime.
You're away next week, and then I'm away for 3 weeks.
So why not do it on your honeymoon?
Because I don't have all my stuff.
Oh, so we got to do it then next week.
Okay. Well, you're.
Doesn't matter. I'm in Hamptons. I can fucking do it like when you're in Miami and I'm here.
Okay.
Love you, buddy. Bye, everybody. You're joking, right?
Well, I'm trying to be hopeful. I'm trying to be optimistic about that.
Well, I guess you're too young to be a little pessimistic like me.
The fucking things I see out there, people are stupid.